Hello. Well, with the way things are going in this country right now, you know, you get all these woke tards and a lot of other dumbasses, regardless of what age group they are. They still believe in all this woke tardism. Well, these are the guys behind it. See that? It's called the Red Menace. Senator from Wisconsin Joe McCarthy warned us about it decades ago, and they censored him. They got his own people to believe in, oh, that guy's just crazy. He's just a nutbag and he's a conspiracy theorist. Well, come to find out, Joe McCarthy was right. It's like this movie right here from 1997, Conspiracy Theory. Why do people have all these conspiracy theories? Well, because they come out to find out they're true. A lot of times it's years later because the information gets suppressed, whistleblowers get silenced, and you get people out there that they saw what was coming a long time ago. And they wonder why groups like this get founded. The Order, founded in 1983. And they decided it's time to quit play acting and start taking action. And they did. And then after what's been going on, now that the over in Europe and Scandinavian countries, a lot of people are getting fed up with the Muslims and the third worlders. They've worn out their welcome. Hey, you want a place to try and start over? Fine. Now they're destroying those countries. Well, which one should I watch today? The original Red Dawn or the remake, 2012? It's getting closer and closer and closer. And now with the latest killing of that lady from the Ukraine, come over here to get a better life, was on a regular commuter bus. And what happened? Some guy that looked about like Carmelo Anthony, Floyd Fentanyl. Remember that guy? George Fentanyl Floyd. Stabbed her for no damn reason. And they wonder why groups like the Order get founded. It's coming to this. It's coming to this. And they wonder why, because of all the leftist politics over there, out west. Escape from LA. California dreaming from the 60s became California fleeing in 1992 after the LA riots. There's been at least 3 exoduses out of California since the 1992 riots, and it's worse now than it ever has been before. When the country finally does collapse, Civil War, Red Dawn, people are going to try to survive. Just like that, the Postman. Towns are going to be armed encampments. Cities are just going to be left in ruins, about like this series here, Planet of the Apes. People might laugh. I could care less. I'm awake, not woke. I see what other people don't see. And many others like me, we see what other people don't see. In the 3rd installment, they explain how apes rose. There was a plague that fell upon cats and dogs. This is what the movies tell. This was over 50 years ago. And they had dog burnings and cat burnings, and people were without pets. Farther down my YouTube channel, not too many months ago, I made a video and I showed that segment. It's on my YouTube channel. You can go find it. There was a plague that befell dogs and cats, and people were without pets. So they took primitive apes. Not necessarily the big gorillas at first. The small capuchins, chimpanzees, like the one seen in that uh, TV show from 1978 to 1981, BJ and the Bear, trucking movie. And they were moved in and about the house, just like your cats and dogs. Things happen. Being around people, they were able to be easily trained to do tasks, to cook, all kind of things. And because the wrong people end up in charge, the apes revolted because the apes were being abused. They were no longer pets, they were being abused. Well, not too long ago, I stumbled onto a video on Rumble. The guy that has one called The People's Voice. They show you what the mainstream does not. Anthony Fauci, or was it Bill Gates? One of the two. They're both co-conspirators. They were saying cats and dogs need to be eradicated. Why would you want to get rid of people's pets? Cats and dogs. Dogs are part of the family. They're also security. Cats are comfort animals. And these two bastards are talking about eradicating cats and dogs, getting rid of them. And then it made me think about that scene. It made me think about that scene from Planet of the Apes. In the third one of the surviving apes that left the planet before it blew itself to hell, he explained it. Then in the fourth one, they had a statue, in memory of their friends. And they had a statue of a dog and a cat. Not fantasy, not sci-fi, because Fauci is actually talking about doing it. Releasing a plague, just like when they released the Rona, releasing a plague that will specifically target the system of dogs and cats. And with people without pets, they find others. Sound crazy? It's not. And then after people destroy each other, what's going to be left of the planet? Life after people. There's a lot of good people out here. But there are some low-life sons of bitches out here who got themselves in positions of trust, and they are deliberately destroying the planet. They're deliberately destroying their fellow humans, wiping out species of critters